Once you start using Magic Path, you might never go back to Figma. Magic Path is an AI designer with some really powerful features that I'm going to go over in this video. You're going to want to make sure to stick around till the end because there's a really advanced component feature that you're going to need to know about. This tool is changing the way that I prototype myself, and I'm excited to share it with you. Thanks so much to Magic Path for sponsoring this video. We're going to build some custom designs in this video, but first I want to explain the dashboard and all the different features we have inside of Magic Path. So here we are in the dashboard. It's pretty simple. You can create a new file. This is similar to creating a new Figma file. You'll see just in a second. You have your files. You can share files with a team, so it's collaborative. And there's a really cool community tab. In the community tab, you can duplicate designs that other people in the community have created. I'm going to start here because this is a really great way to show the power of Magic Path in a really quick way. So let's jump into an example. We'll just jump into this file that was created by the community, and I'm going to show you the different parts of the file editor. So what you can do is view it just as this view only mode, but you can copy the files in the community over to your own designer. So then you can edit it. And then now I can show you all the features that it has. So very similar to Figma, you can drag your file around the canvas. You can use your trackpad to zoom in and zoom out. If we click into a specific element or a page here, you can see there's an edit component, and there's different ways to edit just directly, almost in a no code way. This is a little bit more similar to Figma. So you can go in and have access to everything. So if you just want to make a small refinement, you can do that. We also have this Ask Magic Path feature. This is what makes Magic Path a really cool AI designer, is that you can just write a message here into the chat, and then Magic Path will use AI to redesign or make the changes that you want. And you could have multiple components here on the page. On the top left, we have components. We also have something called a design system inside of Magic Path. So Magic Path has default design systems. For example, you can just use like the Twitter design system, Airbnb. This includes a lot of details such as the color palette, component examples, and then colors, typography, effects, rules, everything that you would need for a design system. And you can create your own system and save it, which is great. If you have your own company, you want to save it with your own branding and everything, then every time you design in Magic Path, you're going to have your own design system. Now, there's one really powerful feature here. So if we wanted to either edit a component or down here on the top, create a new component, what you can do is reference each of the components inside of this chat. So you just type the @ symbol, and then you can reference any of these components. So just to show you this, let's create a new component here. We'll do component 4. And why don't we say Ask Magic Path? So I'm going to say create a similar dashboard to, and I'm just going to do supply chain dashboard builder. So we're going to reference this on the top left dashboard, but why don't we say make the inside of the dashboard show actual widgets as if there were widgets selected. Let's not add a design system because we're referencing this for now. And let's go ahead and send that message. So we sent the message asking it to create a similar dashboard, but I'm adding on to it. So we did this just by referencing this component. This is a really powerful feature that you're going to want to use a lot if you are using Magic Path, and it's something that's going to save you a lot of time. Here we go. We have our new component created, and you can see it perfectly referenced this first component. It looks very similar on the top and left side, but then it added in these example widgets. Now, of course, this might not be the exact way you would want to use it. You might want to create the widgets individually, things like that, but I just wanted to show you what's possible here with this reference capability of the components. Okay, so now that we've jumped into one of these examples, let's jump in and create our own file from scratch. So we're going to click new file, and they give you some examples here, or you can start from scratch on the bottom, or double click anywhere, which is also a kind of cool feature that they have. So we double clicked, we have a new component here. So let's say we want to create a mobile app sign in page for a music app like Spotify. And then for the design system, let's go with the Airbnb design system. You can also add an image if you want, but in our case, we're going to just go with the prompt. So now we'll just wait a second for the design to finish. I'll pause the video and come back once our initial design is created. Okay, so here we have our app screen that was just created. We can see it also created some nice animations here, and we can, of course, edit it both with chat. So we can ask Magic Path to make edits, or we can use the edit component, click on any of these elements and make changes. And it did use the Airbnb style that we decided. So let's do something cool here. I'm going to add another component, just double click. I'm going to say build the next page in the onboarding screen, and then reference music app off page is the first page in the flow. So I'm just curious what it's able to do here. I'm going to send this off. It says, great, what should the next onboarding page focus on? User preferences, profile setup, or something else. So cool that it understood that. So let's say profile setup. And then there we go. Now it's designing. Okay, and we have our second app screen here. One thing to note is sometimes it might generate it in a wider element, but all you have to do, because it did generate it as an app screen, is just reduce the width to make it match. Okay, so now let's create one more component. I'm going to say, here are the first two components in our flow. One is the off page. Two is the profile setup. I'm going to say, now please design a homepage for logged in users that would show up as the third screen. And I'm going to say, make it a native app design. So I'm going to send that off and let's see what it looks like. Okay, so here we have our app screen. And it looks really good. Looks like a Spotify. It did do it in dark mode, which is interesting, but it still matches all of the design. So one thing we can do here, just to show you one more cool feature, is we can go and click create variants. So if we click create variants, we can modify it with a prompt. So I can say, make a light version of this. This is dark mode. And I can send that off. And now it's going to create a variant of this same design. Okay, and now we have a variant. It's also generating a second one at the same time, but we have this one, and I actually think this looks really good. It is exactly what I asked for, to make a variant that was in light mode instead of dark mode. Everything actually looks exactly the same. It just changed the design of the app. And what's cool is it'll create multiple variants at once. So if you want to wait around longer, you can get multiple variants to choose from. Here we can see the other variant was created. So it was cool that it was able to create two, and I actually might prefer the second one. So it's cool that it creates multiple ones at the same time. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back out. And one more thing I want to show you is opening in a new tab. So if you click that, we can now view the design in a new web browser. And this is really great for prototyping. You could change your screen size to view it mobile. This is what it looks like on the web, but it's great that we have that feature that we can go into any of these components and view it out of this canvas and what it would actually look like. Finally, we have a share feature, so we can go ahead and add people by email or add current members of our team to share the project and be able to work on it themselves, like Figma, where it can be collaborative. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you before we leave is just this template file that Magic Path has for us. I'm going to copy it into our own interface just to show you what's possible. Really, really impressive. You really can create anything that you can think of. Click the link in the description to go to Magic Path and create your own designs and prototypes. And this is really helpful if you want to then build an AI app afterwards to get your prototype locked in, make sure that it's what you want. And then you can feed these into an LLM like Lovable or Bolt to actually create this and turn it into something real with a backend. So here we can just see some example designs that Magic Path created. We have a note app, a calorie counter app, food delivery, Instagram, weather app, all sorts of different things created here in Magic Path. It's $0 to get started. You get 5 component credits a day. So you can come in, try it completely for free, and then upgrade if you want even more. Leave a comment below if you have any questions at all, or if there's anything you want me to cover in the future, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more free content like this. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.